Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So, yeah, I've talked about this subject before. I'm going to talk about Overshot versus Crackle glass. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I think I talked about it. I bought something. In fact, I'm going to show you the thing I bought, and I explained the difference when I was showing it. But I've seen people on eBay getting it wrong, and I'm just thinking, oh, I thought if I did it as a separate video, if anybody ever searched for it, they could find it as a subject. You know, what is the difference? What is Overshot and what is Crackle glass? So that if they did actually search for those subjects, something somewhere, my video maybe might pop up. So, with that said, let's crack on and have a look at the glass, and I'll explain the difference. So here we are. Got two jugs, very different, slightly different periods as well. So, God, I'm trying to remember. These are usually called Moser. They might be, but there's also another maker that's eluding me. Anyway, this is a Bohemian jug, very stylish. All in one piece, like the handles built into it. But this is Crackle glass, yeah. Sometimes the crackling is much more intense than this. But yeah, this is Crackle glass. Can you see? Now, this is done by dipping the molten glass or the hot glass into water. The surface goes all crackly, and then you wang it back into the furnace and it fuses it back together so it doesn't fall to pieces. I did once have a vase that was like a bulby shape that was very crackly, and it didn't so much break as got dented. Yeah, because sometimes the crackle is quite deep into the glass, and very easy to break the integrity of it. This is a different beast altogether. So this is a Baccarat from the, I can't remember the year, about 1900 anyway. This is an Overshot, and look at this. What you've got here is they've basically dipped this into like crushed glass. Yeah, and it creates, it's like sandpaper. The surface is like sandpaper. Yeah, I mean this, even the ones that even the Crackle glasses, you can hear that, and the ones that I've got that are more intensely crackled are not like this. This has been rolled in broken glass, and then that's been heated to take the edges off it, and you end up with this. And you can see where it's been very heated and stretched out a bit. You can see there's a little bit in it there as well. But yeah, and then down here you see it's gone all the way under. So before they've worked it too much, you can even see there's a pontle mark on top of it there. I don't know what kind it is. It's very indistinct. Yeah, this is an ice jug because it's got a pocket for ice in it, and you would have champagne or something like that. The ice pocket's quite big, yeah, and when you tip it, it doesn't fall out because, yeah. Anyway, that is Crackle, and it's got this really grippy surface texture to it, and it's not Crackle glass. It's called Overshot. So there you go. And also, while I was researching this, before I put the glass out, I had a quick look, and I found an interesting article, and I'll show you that now. Normally I start this the other way around. I do all my research and then do the thing, and I thought, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, and then I thought, no, I better make sure I really know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I just put in what is Overshot glass, and here we go, a bit of blah blah, and then it says Overshot glass was made by rolling a partially or fully inflated glob of hot glass on finely ground shards of glass that had been placed on a steel plate called a marver. The glob is then lightly reheated to remove the sharp edges of ground glass, and that's what you were looking at on that Baccarat jug. Okay, and then what is Crackle glass? It is made by plunging hot glass into cold water to create fine cracks, and then reheating and blowing it by hand or placing it into a mold or seal to seal the cracks. There you go. That is the difference. Very different processes. If I wanted to be in the room, I think I'd do the one with Overshot, because Crackle looks like it might be dangerous. But anyway, I just thought, while I was doing my research, I mentioned it earlier, I found this little article, Crackle glass in the World Collector's Net, blah blah blah, about Crackle glass, and they mentioned crack ice and Overshot. It's a different thing. Overshot is a different thing. But then they go down here. Oh look, a pair of Baccarat jugs. This off for $220 in 1980. Anyway, it says Crackle lemonade jugs. Yeah, that's Overshot, because I just showed you mine. And yeah, so wrong. And I can prove it as well. I just thought, I'll get the reference, you know. Here it is. There's the ones with the lemonade. This is Baccarat 1916 catalogue. So there you go, a couple of Overshot jugs there, slightly different from each other. So anyway, there you go with a little bit of research behind this. So there you have it. Crackle glass and Overshot glass. And yeah, sometimes you doubt yourself. And you know, I was blithely starting the video, didn't do any research beforehand, and I thought, yeah, better make sure, you know, because I'm going to publish this, that I'm not talking absolute BS before I get going. But anyway, I will give you the links to bits that I showed you there. You can type your own questions into Bing or Google and ask the same questions, and it will explain it hopefully the same way. So with that said, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thank you for watching, and have a really good evening. Good night.